A major announcement: new shirts on sale. SB 357. They come in black and white, and in different shapes and sizes. And we have the shirts with the logo up there, as you can see with the silhouette and the black shirt. And you can get them at the Instagram pages right here. Follow the Instagram page, and don't forget like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope y'all enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kimberly Sykes to another segment, Wednesday Wednesdays. I know today's segment, Wednesday, that's what I'm talking about. So that's in continuation by Feeding the Soul by Tabitha Brown. There's a particular chapter that caught my attention when I was reading the book recently, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. It's actually chapter 4, and it says, I changed my mind, and that's okay. Now that title sound kind of like weird, like all right, you change your mind, that's okay. But what she was pretty much talking about in that chapter was just like traditions, because like we all know like there's certain traditions that like we all have, such as holidays and holidays and like certain things like Sunday dinners and certain rituals that we all have done, and that we all have passed down as like we have all been passed down as kids and as adults. And what she was just pretty much is saying is like, yo, like it's okay to have traditions, but it's not necessarily okay to enforce them, because like all traditions are meant to be changed, and like that we don't have to necessarily always got to always go by traditions, because like sometimes when we change for the better, and not all traditions are necessarily right. And I'll just share a story that she was just talking about. She was like talking about in particular like church. She was just pretty much saying just like, yo, like she used to go to church with her grandparents like every Sunday, like Sunday school, first service, second service, and then like on Wednesday she had to go to church for of course Bible study. And then she was pretty much just talking about, she was just like, yo, like if I missed a day at church, like how like the area that she lived in, it was like basically putting shine upon her. And she was just like, yo, like it's just crazy how people will enforce traditions, and it just sometimes turn people away. And in particular, like, I have this quote that I like that is in the book that's like I'm just about to read to you on page, I believe it is 46. And as y'all can see, I'm actually reading as we come upon. So give me a second. Um, because the quickest way to turn somebody off is to force something to them. So, and that just pretty much just talking about what she was just getting at, y'all. Like, if you enforcing beliefs, if you're enforcing certain things upon people, eventually they gonna turn away. Like, they gonna look at things differently. I just believe like that is a good example, like anything in life, y'all. Like when you just thinking like you could just tell people, and you just trying to enforce your will on people, man. Eventually, like that just turn into a turn off. Like I know one of my favorite sayings that from a certain song was by Jagged Edge, when he was pretty much saying, if I continue to push you, just pull away. And that is pretty much a prime example in that statement itself in the book. It's just pretty much the saying like, yo, if you continue to push, eventually like sometimes people eventually will repel. And instead of just like enforcing your will upon people, yo, like let's back up. And even with traditions, like sometimes like we enforce traditions too hard on people. Sometimes we gotta let people just be easing traditions. Sometimes we gotta just let them just see their way into their own traditions. Because she even said that even with like her kids with church, like hey, if they don't go to church, it's still okay. Or if they got a certain religion preference, it's okay. Like you don't have to necessarily you don't have to have the same traditions as for everybody just to get along. You don't have to have the same value systems for everybody to still be okay. Sometimes you just gotta let people to see their own way, and then allow them to pass their own judgment. And then eventually, like they'll come upon eventually like to what they want to do that might be good for them, or what they deem is what you were telling them is good for themselves as well. So like if y'all don't get anything out of this video, just get this, yo. Like, yes, traditions are okay. Yes, traditions sometimes are meant to be passed down to build growth and have value system, but not all traditions are meant for us to thrive. And some traditions are necessarily meant to be changed, and changing traditions is not necessarily a bad thing. And so with all that is being said, y'all, this is Kevin Side on another segment of Wednesdays.